Hey YouTube, Nick here with Operation Bad, and today I'm going to show off probably the biggest meta deck of the whole group. Got my 6 Samurais here. I mean, if you want to talk about meta right now, I'm pretty sure this is at the top or second to the top, or at least it's going to be in the top somewhere when it comes to meta. But here's my deck right now. Right now, the biggest card of the deck, gotta have those Kajimushas. These things, they're the tuners. You sync for Shien, you sync for Barkion, you lock people down with these. And not to mention their effect, they're underrated. They can save your monsters sometimes. I mean, they got 1800 defense too. Not a bad time to set that, install, and hope for a 3-star to come along. And then after we got those, going on to probably one of the biggest synchros back before you saw Elder come along in Extreme Victory. But we had Kageki. Kageki, you thought it was a big card because it would get out Kajimusha and you could summon it all day long. But it's not a tuner, so it's not. That's why I undervalue it, because I can use Kajimusha for so many other things than just with this guy. I mean, this guy can go with anything for anything, any way I want it to be. After that, we got Elders. These things, first time I saw these, I underrated them. I didn't think they were very good. And then I looked at them a little bit more, and I saw their attack, and it was perfect for asceticism or whatever the 6 Samurai. I don't pronounce it right because I don't feel like pronouncing it right, so basically that's it. But basically, asceticism with these guys, you take them, you get out Kajimusha, sync for 5, good stuff. Get out your Shien, lock them down, all that, everything that 6 Sams do best. After that, we got 3 Kizans. 3 Kizans, that's a must. I mean, you could run 2, but 3, I mean, it doesn't hurt you at all. It's in your hand, you can get it out right away. It can go up to a 21 beater. It's an 18 to begin with, so that's not bad at all. And it's a 4-star. You take this Kajimusha, get a Barkion out because it's an Earth. Then I'm running 1 Grandmaster right now. I don't know. It helps me sometimes. I might take it out later. But it helps me sync because it's a level 5. I can sync for Black Rose, blow up the field. I don't like that field. It's gone. And I run 1 hand. Just need some monster destruction for another time. And here's one that you don't see very often, but I'm running Morphing Jar in my 6 Samurais. I run Morphing Jar because 6 Sams can run through their hand really fast, searching and summoning and trying to sync and keep Shien on the field. So it's a good way to keep your hand buff, get your opponent off guard. Nobody really expects Morphing Jar in 6 Sams. At least I don't think they do. And I use it. It helps. I win with it. It makes duels. Okay, now onto the spell cards. Here we go right here. Biggest card. This card was the biggest card ever, and it still is. If you don't run one, you're not running 6 Samurais. You're running some cheapy knockoff version that should not be called that. Gateway, you should know it. If you don't know it, that's your fault. I'm not explaining it. It's too good. Shien's Dojo. This card came in with Extreme Victory along with Elder. It's a good card. Gives you more counters, and you can also special summon from your deck. So, I mean, you can it thins your deck, special summons a monster, and it's got counters for Gateway. So, it's all plus for me. And now, here's something. I got my 3 Uniteds. Run 3 Uniteds. Nothing but Uniteds. These things are the best draw power you're ever going to see. People, when you have 2 or 3 of these in your hand and you do this, people can freak out sometimes. I mean, I've had people scoop just because I've had a double United and a Gateway on the field. They think they're done for it and they give up. After that, we got the 3 Smoke Signals, and while I'm at it, I might as well throw in my Reinforcements of the Army since they all basically do the same thing. There's only a couple exceptions. Well, Smoke Signal searches out only a 3 or lower 6 Samurai. Reinforcements of the Army gets a 4 lower Warrior. So I get these to get my main power with the tuners, and basically I search for tuners, search for Kageki with these, and I'll search for anything I want other than Grandmaster with this one. Basically, if you're handed these things, I don't need monsters in my hand. These can give me the monsters. I can draw hands full of spells and traps, and still Shien first turn, these things, this thing go. After that, we got 2 Asceticisms. When these first came out with the new Legendary 6 Samurais, this card was no good. Nobody ran it. It wasn't worth it. It ruins your deck. It's just a waste of a card. But now, Elder came out of Elder came out of Extreme Victory. That's what it's called. Extreme Victory, the new pack. And this card, it searches out. You can search out Elder for. You can search out Elder using Kajimusha or vice versa. And if you have keys on at 21, you can search out Grandmaster, or Grandmaster search out. Wait, no, that doesn't work. Never mind. Grandmaster can't search keys on, but keys on can search Grandmaster if it's at 21. One Lance. I run this card. It helps. It hurts. I especially like with the Gravekeepers because they never think how much it's going to hurt them. Because you activate Lance, they lose 800 life points and 500 more if they have Nectar Valley because it doesn't affect them anymore. And I also use this card for reasons when I get out my Shien. They activate Torrential. I negate. They activate Mirror Force again. I activate Forbidden Lance. It stays on the field. You mean Shien on the field. You want to have it all the time, every time, or else you probably aren't going to win. And now we got Dark Hole. Just another staple. More staples. We got Monster Reborn, Giant Trunade, MST. I only run one. I would run two, but I just can't find deck space for it. And now it's just about it with the spell, so on to the traps. We got not one, but 2 warnings. I'm not making this a cheap deck. If I go all the way out, I'm going to get my warnings as well. This card, when I put it to comparison, this is the best card out right now. Screw Pile Duality, screw Shien. This card is great. Run it. If you don't run it, that's okay. You can't afford it. Do something else, but run this card. After that, we got Solemn Judgment, just a staple. More staples like Torrential and Mirror Force. And then, now I got 3 double-edged sword techniques. This card for 6 Samurais, it's great. It can do just about anything. If you want some defense, throw this up. Or if you want to sync, easy sync for Shien, easy sync for Barkion, easy sync for Black Rose. Shut them down, mess them up, don't let them do what they want to do. This is your card right here. After that, we got 3 Magatamas. I know most people only run 2, but I run 3. I mean, it screws over. It kills the warning. They still pay 2,000. It kills Judgment. They still pay half. Kills just about anything that they want, that they're trying to do to stop your Shien, summon, stop anything else. And now, here you go. I got 2 Fiendish Chains. People underestimate this card sometimes, but I love this card. It stops Black Rose. It stops Brio. It stops High and Lay if you're facing X-Sabers. It stops just about any monster you don't want to attack and you don't want the effect to activate. Unless it's getting negated by Barkion, which is my horrible misplay. I'll talk about, but I might talk about that later in another video, but not right now. But these cards, they're great. I'd recommend testing these in your deck because they're lifesavers and they win you duels sometimes. And that's about it for my deck, but I do have my extra deck, which happens to be right here. So, right now, my extra deck, I like the way it's running right now. I'm starting it off with 2 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragons. You might not understand this right now, but wait till you see my side deck. I'm siding Cyber Dragons. You'll understand. Machines, just get them out of here. Don't want to deal with them. I'm going to put these over here. I got the card that you should always run. If you don't run it, it's not going to... Your 6-Sam build is inferior to all the other 6-Sam builds because this card will do anything you want it to do when you want to do it, except for monster effects, which is very sad. I'd love it to negate monster effects. But, yeah, this card, it's a staple. It's a must. Run it in 6-Sams. Now, just one more level 5, Catastro. I don't know. I run it because there might be a situation where it's needed. And now I run Double Barkion. These cards, when you can't get Shien, you don't have that Kageki or the Elder, you can get out Kajimusha, and you can also grab that Kizan, sync for 6, get Barkion, negate traps, have fun. I also run Brio as another level 6. Brio, staple synchro. It's a great card. Run it in any deck. Okay, this card really hasn't been... I really haven't run it in a while because I used to run Goyo. But Gaia Knight, it's a good card because right now the average attack of just about any synchro is around 25 because their starters to 25, Shien at 25, Barkion's at 25. This is 26. Sync for 6, run it over, and get it done with. One black rose. This is a nice black rose. I might give a shout out right now to Michael about trading this to me. I'm really happy about it. But it's a good card. One scrap Archfiend. When I don't want a black rose to the field, I want a beater. Sink for him. 2,700. Nice card. And I'm running 2 Stardust right now. I'm looking for another level 8. If you want to post in your comments another level 8 that I could run other than Scrap Dragon, because I don't have one right now. I mean, it'd be great. Give me some tips here and help me out. And finally, one Mistworm. I don't have a Trish. I'd love a Trish. If you want to give me a Trish, that'd be awesome, but I know you won't. Yeah, you laugh at me. You laugh at me all day long, Bronson. I don't care. But Mistworm, it's a good stand-in. Sometimes it could be better than Trish. They might not have a hand, they might not have a graveyard, but they might have 3 cards in the field. Pop them all, 25. I don't know, maybe get a game with it. Finish them off. Other than that, let's move into my extra deck, which is still in my deck box, and I didn't take it out.
Your extra deck?
Not my extra deck, my side deck. I'm sorry. Calm down, Bronson. See, we got some anger management problems here, and I'd love for this not to happen again.
You make fun of me for it every time I say it.
I do, Bronson. I do.
So I had to point that out.
Okay, guys, and just so you know, if you don't know who Bronson is, other videos, his is a skill drain. It's a good deck. It beats my 6 Sams. I hate it. Burn can die. Everything else. Just his deck, Burn can die. Just Burn's horrible.
Run Burden.
Don't run Burn. Okay, run Burn. Just remember, if you ever get a kick in the shin, it was me. Okay, now onto my side deck, not extra deck, side deck. 2 chain disappearances, mirror matches. I hate them. Xian should not be on my opponent's field. I don't care. If it's on the field, I'm gonna either Solemn Warning it, but this card stops him right there. You activate this, you remove from play all his Kajimushas, all his Kagekis, all his Raikos, all his whatever. I don't care what it is, remove it. And I'm also running 2 Puppet Plants. I mean, once again, mirror match or against Lightsworns or whatever. Whenever I need them, these can steal cards for you, sync with them, attack with them, have fun with them. I run this card. 2 Noamans. I run this because of Super Nimble Mega Hamster, which I don't see anymore, so I might side this out of my side deck. And I also run it for Raiko. Raiko, I don't like it. It can go away. Remove it, all 3. Okay, 2 Effect Valors. Effect Valors. For me, they're a must, especially with these Psychics getting big. My Master is not my friend right now. It hurts, and this negates it, basically. I also run 2 7 tools. I love negation. I don't want my opponent to do nothing. I'd rather have an opponent with a full hand and an empty field, and so I can run them over, finish them off, and that's about it. Wait a second here. Okay. I just added this MST because I took it out of my deck a while ago. I never know when I need that extra destruction, especially against Bronson's skill drain deck. I don't like that skill drain deck. But it also stops Royal Decree, just about any other trap or spell you don't want on the field. Or it could just pop a card when you want to get an advantage. 2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors. I sided these in to my side deck when I decided that Lightsworns were pissing me off and I didn't feel like going against them anymore. 2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors. I felt like running them. I felt like destroying Lightsworns. I felt like destroying those new Hyperions. Those Hyperion Agent Fairies. Those cards are actually not as bad as I thought they would be. And it's actually a pretty competitive deck right now. And I do have a deck of Agent Fairies. I might actually post a deck profile later. And finally, I got 2 Cyber Dragons. This card's a great card. You do it with machines. For a Fortress Dragon, screw them over. Put Fortress Dragon at 6,000. Run them over. It hurts. And I don't know if you thought of this, but Cyber Dragon against Gravekeepers. An average Gravekeeper attack is around 2,000. If you get lucky with Command, who's at 21. But this can run over most and average of all the Gravekeepers. And other than that, that's my side deck, that's my extra deck, that's my main deck. Have fun. It's a fun deck. I recommend building it if you have the cash. And that's about it.